Makenshi critiques, not Makenshi Dick Rides your favorite anime. Welcome to a special Sekiro diary. This is for Genichiro Ashina, or Genichiro Ashina. Now, some of you guys who played this game might have had some problems against this guy. But it's trial and error, right? So this boss has not only 2 lives, but he has 2 phases. So his first phase for Genichiro Ashina has 2 life bars, and you can't stealth him, so you got to take them both down. And his second phase only has 1 life bar. Now, the thing with this fight is you don't need anything special. As long as you're upgrading some of your abilities, your attack power, the effectiveness of some of your counters and that kind of thing, you'll be fine here. Something I like to do here is Fistful of Ash is pretty useless. Well, I say useless, they became pretty effective in this one. Get two hits in and throw a Fistful of Ash. It stuns him momentarily, so either you can heal if you've taken damage, or you can follow up with more slashes and more Fistful of Ashes. But always follow up with 2, because I think when you complete a full combo, the AI acts really differently. So I had fought him a bunch of times up until this point, and it's very, very easy once you fought this guy like 6, 7, 8, 9 times to counter his flurries. He'll mix it up between 2 to 3 different combos, and it's like a rhythm action game. When you know what's coming, you can kind of go with it pretty gracefully, and you know, some even his arrows, which are actually really damaging, are easy to deflect. But the issue is, if you take some distance from him to heal, he will always try and get you with the arrow. But there's just enough time, there's a fraction of time right after the heal animation finishes for you to dash to the side. So my key tip is stay on the offensive, because if you're staying on the offensive, you'll prompt him to do stuff that you want him to do. So like, I was stuck behind the door here, I had to get away because he could do anything from there. So the key is here, the most deadly thing that he does is his arrows, because he can arrow you and then quickly rush up to you and follow you up while you're staggered. So here, both our posture bars were like up to the wire. It was only because of that Fistful of Ash thing that I did at the beginning, I was able to you know, get a lot of damage in early and then kind of take the fight at my own pace. So 1 life's gone of his. His second phase isn't too dissimilar from the first phase, except he does mix up his combos a lot quicker. So he'll follow one cycle of combos, and he'll follow up much quicker. So you'll notice that he's just there's very little gap between his attacks. So here, follow the same strategy as you did in the first one. I've got nothing left. I got 1 gourd. My tip would be to make sure you're still alive with your first life by the time you've taken out his first phase, because you're going to need all the life you can get for his actual second phase. Like, this is only his second life, his second phase that comes. I've noticed that if you get some nice if you get those perfect deflects down nicely in this fight, it'll do a lot of posture damage. Free damage, you'll take no damage, your posture bar won't go up, and his will start going up. So that's very, very crucial, because the lion's share of this posture going up you can get from his perfect deflects. So keep the pressure up. Make sure you pace your hits. Don't just commit to mashing the button. I like to throw in sometimes, and some of this is purely accidental, the monk style where you're punching with your fists, and that brings the posture up, but it also breaks his animations. And you can't counter those animations. Those fist punches, praying strikes they're called, you can't counter them. So he won't be breaking that animation, and it'll chip away at his posture. You see, my life bar is full. I got my first life. I've run out of gourds, healing gourds, but his posture's right up. So I was pretty confident at this stage. It was after this that I was like, what the fuck? Like, I have to deal with another stage and my life's gone. Look at that. I was perfect deflecting his flurry, and you'll get those down. You can kind of measure it. You know what I mean? You have to he doesn't telegraph, but you can lead it a little bit. So yeah, this was the first phase, and you're gonna see a transition here to the next phase.
Would you not answer to a different lord?
Heresy.
Makenshi critiques to Makenshi Dick Rides your favorite anime, and this is probably going to be attached to the end of that last video. This is Genichiro Ashina's second phase. This is where you kind of realize there's something more going on with this guy than meets the eye. It's something a little bit more than the the rejuvenating waters, because he gets back up, but he gets back up with this some special lightning, and look how fucking badass he looks. For this one, he's just a more powerful version of his phases in the last fight, except he's imbued some of his strikes with lightning, and he's one of his that attack that he did in the opening is the one unique attack he has. But normally, he doesn't punish you as much in this one, and he doesn't defend as much. So you can jump on his head, you can attack him. If you see him jump like that, which he did in his previous form, you'll notice it. His posture goes up much quicker than the first phase, so you don't really need to worry. And his life goes down a lot quicker as well. He can't really defend like he does in the other one. And I don't think he really tends to deflect as much as you'll notice. So you'll notice that he can get you in shock status. Now, if you've been going certain directions in the game, you'll have a good 4 or 5 amount of dousing powders, which can get rid of that ability. Now, something you read in Jinsuke Saze boss battle, which is a floor below this, is you'll read on the wall that you can imbue lightning in your own sword if you grab it midair. So while you're in midair, you jump and press R1, and you'll notice he's doing some attacks like that. See, with the lightning and with the red unblockable marker, you should double jump on, when that happens, and press R1. And what will happen is your sword will get lightning, and you'll attack him. Now, this is purely optional. You got to get the timing down, but you don't really need it. But it does a fuck ton of damage. I kept trying it. It was a little bit, because this was my first time seeing this phase, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't die to this. For my first time seeing this phase, I actually survived. So yeah, it's very much easier this time to dodge out of his unblockables. He is pretty relentless, but he doesn't block them, and his posture bar, you notice, is going up very quickly for only a third of his life. I was looking out for the lightning. See, I managed to jump and get the lightning in my sword, and it did a lot of damage when I attacked him. And deflecting, like I said, it's very easy to telegraph his deflecting. And I was hoping for that to build up his posture, but I was attacking him and then I got him there. And this was so satisfying. Of all the fights I fought, this was the most satisfying to get down. I died maybe 20 times to him the first phase. This phase wasn't so hard. Like, I got this phase down in my first go.